Wow, that's really bright. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. As you can probably tell, this is going to be a little bit longer of a video, and the reason being for that is because I wanted to go back and look at all the hunts from 2018. So before we get into this, first thing I want to tell you guys is obviously a huge thank you for all of the support, all of you guys hitting the subscribe button, all of you leaving thumbs up, dropping comments, sharing videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I wouldn't be here where I'm at right now without you guys. So I want to say a huge thank y'all. The best season of my life, no doubt, with tagging out on whitetails, killing so many hogs, hunting in new states, hunting new animals, all the adventures in between. And this is basically just going to be a recap. We're going to look at everything from January 2018 to my last hunt of December. Things are just getting started, as you guys know. You guys know that I have so many more hunts, so many more fun things coming up. This channel is growing really, really quickly, and again, I can't thank you guys enough for that. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get right here on my phone, and we're just going to go video by video. Let me scroll back, because there's been a lot of videos this year. I think I'm coming up on like 150 videos, and it'll take me just a second to scroll back there. But 11 months ago, I shot a really big hog. This was in January of 2018. Shot a really big hog, and with my bow, super fun hunt. Then the following weekend, went and did some duck hunting with some family of mine, which was a new one for me. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do some more duck hunting for you guys. I really enjoyed that time spent in the field. And you guys know that I'm a big dove hunter, and bird hunting is what got me into hunting. And so I can't wait to do some more duck hunting and share that with you guys moving forward. I went and did a late season deer hunt, whitetail hunt, with Dylan and Gage from Rock Buff Outdoors. Dylan and Gage both shot deer that trip, and I also want to take a minute to talk about not only just all the hunts and recapping the hunts, but also all the new friendships, all the new people that I've met, all the new places that I've gone. That's all part of the experience, and I have gained some really amazing friends in the year of 2018. I believe it was in February, I decided to make a switch to Matthews Archery, and that in itself was a highlight of 2018, because I've shot Matthews for years. That was the very first bow that I ever bought when I was probably 13 or 14 years old. And growing up watching outdoor television, that was a dream for me, was to one day be sponsored by Matthews, and a dream come true. I'm so excited for the things that are going to come moving forward. The new Matthews bow that I will be picking up here soon, and start shooting it and killing more animals, hunting more animals, hunting new places, enjoying new experiences with Matthews on my side, and that's so cool. I'm very thankful. So from there, this is where I meet John from Fearless Life Outdoors. We did our first hunt in Del Rio, which I've been out to his property out in Del Rio a couple of times throughout 2018, and I was very blessed to shoot an Aoudad out there. One of the coolest hunts that I think I've ever done. It was really awesome, and I'm probably going to say that a lot just because of all the new places and experiences and hunts that I went on this year. They're all really cool, but this one was by far one that I will obviously never forget. And it's just the way that we hunted, the way that that hunt turned out, how hard we worked for that animal. And West Texas free range Aoudad is something that very few people get the opportunity to do. So I'm very thankful, very blessed for this opportunity. And it was the very next evening, I was hunting with my bow, had some pigs come in, and shot a hog, a little bitty hog, but still a hog, with my bow. And then from there, we moved later into February, got into March just a little bit, and was doing a lot of spotting and stalking hogs in the fields on my lease. They moved in, they were thick and heavy, and we were running arrows through them left and right. trying to keep them at bay. So those hunts, because I got to do a lot of hunting with James Gilbert, which was my youth pastor at my church, and those are some really memorable hunts right there. Him and I have been hunting together for years, and those are always really special to me. Hunting with James, we don't get to do it as often as we'd like to anymore, but hopefully those things are going to change, and we'll be able to get out into the field together some more here in 2019. As we moved into March, I started, of course, was still doing the hog hunting. That's basically what I did for February and March, was killing a lot of hogs, and I did some magnet fishing, which was something totally new to me, to me, and I think to you guys as well. And I really enjoyed that. I got to spend some time in the woods, well, kind of the woods, on the water, in the outdoors, whatever, with guns and chicken strips. And me and that dude are like two peas in a pod. That's one of my best friends right there. We've gotten to film a lot of videos together over the years, and so I'm very thankful for that friendship. That's one of my good buddies there. We got to do some magnet fishing together, and by the looks of it, you guys really seem to love it at 1.3 million views. So thank you so much for watching. On towards the middle of March, or the end of March, I went to the real McCoy ranch, and I got to hunt an axis deer. We hunted our butts off to kill this axis deer, from moving stands to spotting and stalking them, setting up in new areas, setting up over their food, their feeding areas, setting up over water. We tried so many different things, and the way that hunt came together was pretty crazy. It never happens that way, and it still blows my mind that that hunt played out the way that it did. That following evening, I was able to harvest a red stag doe, or red hind, and that meat, A1. It's incredible. Just like the axis, the meat is it's amazing. So good. As we moved a little bit further into the year, April, I was shooting some more hogs, of course, and I got to go on my very first turkey hunts ever, especially with a bow, and doing it with a bow was incredibly special to me. That's where I got to meet Royce for the first time, who was associated with Fearless Life Outdoors. And then, of course, going on into that, we did some bass fishing with the Rock Bluff guys again. And then it was probably 4 or 5 trips, making turkey hunts, driving to South Texas to hunt with John, and we just couldn't seal the deal. And finally, we were able to make it happen. And right along in that time, I believe it was about the time that I met Weston from OSC TV. A lot of you guys that watch my channel watch his also. He's had some great success here in the last year, and he was kind enough to invite me down. We had an absolute blast chasing the turkeys. One of the trips that I made with Weston, we were hunting turkeys, big old spotted hog, came out into the field and messed it up. So, of course, naturally, as you guys know me, I'm going to stick the spotted hog. Did some more magnet fishing there, moving, kind of getting into the summer, into the June range. We started doing some bass fishing. Actually, I think that was more like April and May. I take that back. I'm kind of getting lost on the months here, but I kept going, and we were doing some bow fishing in April and March, and then I also first announced the hunting product that I've been working on continuously here in the last. It's been about a year now, I guess, and finally, I told you guys that it was probably going to be a while in that video, and here we are. And in the next 2 months, I will have the product finished and everything else finished, and then it will just be a matter of making sure that I'm doing everything legal wise, and then selling the product and showing you guys the product and getting it to you guys, because I think that it's really awesome. It's something I've been working on for over a year now. Also another dream of mine, and so I'm hoping that you guys are gonna love it. Also, I almost skipped over. I talked about bow fishing, but guns and chicken strips. Jimmy and I, and also Caleb Gregory, we made several trips doing some magnet fishing and some bow fishing in the spring and the late spring, kind of early summer, and that's one, both of those guys, but specifically Caleb, I've really gotten to grow with him and spend some time with him, get him into the outdoors more, and that's very important for the younger generation. Also, I mean, obviously I'm still a younger generation, but he's the younger generation, to get him out in the outdoors, and hopefully you guys are doing the same thing if you have the opportunities, and if you are, that's awesome, and if you haven't, I encourage you to do so, because it's really something special. As we get into June, I did a little bit more hunting with the Rock Bluff guys. We went and hunted a particular ranch not far down the road from my hometown. Shot a little bitty hog with my custom archery accessories, lethal injections, and that was a super fun hunt. That was my first hog with that product, with those arrows, and from then I have absolutely loved them, and every single animal that I've killed with a bow since then has been with the lethal injections, and they have been amazing. I'll leave all the information for all this stuff that I might have mentioned down in the description below, so if you guys want to check it out, you're more than welcome. The Rock Bluff guys and myself went and did some more fishing, and then as we got into July, Jimmy and I did one of our most favorite things to do together, and that is kill hogs. We stacked them up. You guys hopefully saw that video. It was so much fun. That was the best night of hog hunting I've ever had. I think we ended up with close to like 15 to 18 hogs total. Recovered like 14 or 13. I don't remember what the exact numbers were now, but we filled up the truck bed. One of those nights that I'll remember for a long time, because it was so much fun. Again, and then like I said, me and Weston, as we moved into the summer, I was doing some more hog hunting on a ranch that I used to work on. But Weston and I were hunting at his place in Jacksboro, and I want to say a huge thank you to him for extending the invites and having me down. We killed a lot of hogs, and we had an absolute blast. So I also got to shoot a hog square in the head, which, like, it was still one of the coolest hunts ever. I'll play some of that footage for you guys right now, of course, but Weston and I, and Luke as well, we put a huge hurting on the hog population in that little area where we were hunting. We killed a lot of hogs with the bows, and it was too cool. I did a basics of shooting a compound bow video for you guys, because a lot of you had requested that, and I felt like that was one of my more favorite videos to film, because I like doing the instructional stuff, and you guys know that I love to help you out with tips and tricks and things when I can, and that's one of those things that I'm going to be doing more in the year of 2019, is how can I help you guys be better hunters or more successful hunters. And I'm not a professional by any means, but I love to share the knowledge that I have, and with as much hunting as I get to do, I learn a lot, especially hunting in new states. I'm doing different styles of hunts all the time. I just enjoy it. I enjoy sharing the knowledge and helping you guys out as much as I possibly can. As we got towards the end of the summer, like end of August, got to go do another hunt at the real McCoy Ranch. Again, that information will be linked down in the description below if you guys want to go check it out. I shot another hog, and then on comes a fun little vlog that Weston and I filmed together as we were preparing for our elk hunt. And then, of course, like I was telling you guys, the hog headshot, and then another spotted hog. I was on a good roll of shooting spotted hogs there for a while, there towards the end of the summer, and like early September, I think. I was killing them left and right. But then in September, beginning of September, as you guys, most of you probably know, dove season in Texas opens up on September 1st, which is my birthday. And so I started doing a ton of dove hunting, and that's so special to me, because that's what got me into hunting. That's what got me into the outdoors, mostly, other than fishing with my dad. And so those hunts were really special. And of course I got to take my dog and let him work and show off the training that I had taught him. And then we moved into about mid-September, and I was going on my first elk hunt ever in Colorado, and I took, or actually together as a group, Weston from OSC TV and John and Royce from Fearless Life Outdoors. That was a group deal. The four of us decided to go, and although it didn't end the way that we had particularly planned for it to, that is for sure, without a doubt, a hunt that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. It was a very surreal experience. You never know what can happen out in the woods. You guys know that the particular unit that we chose was extremely dangerous and rugged, and you can't rely on this thing or even paper maps sometimes, and we just got in a tight spot, and again we learned a lot of lessons, and we're all glad to be out alive, safe and healthy. So after I got back from the elk hunt, did a little bit more dove hunting, did some bass fishing, did some more dove hunting, and then probably one of my most favorite seasons of the year is whitetail hunting here in Texas. Kicked it off with a bang, and I'm very, very fortunate and blessed to have had this kind of season that I have, killing several really big whitetail bucks, big in my opinion, and lots of animals, lots of does. Again, and I just told you guys in the beginning of the video, filling all my whitetail tags. I was very, very fortunate, very blessed. And then up and out of nowhere, we decided to go to Nebraska and hunt. Had some very close calls on that hunt, and we learned a lot. We pushed our limits, and it was a similar backpacking style of hunt from the Colorado trip that Weston and I went on to Nebraska, just the two of us, and we put on more miles, and we hunted more deer, put on more stalks. We learned a lot that trip. We pushed our limits. We learned a lot about ourselves. We all around, for the most part, we had an absolute heck of a time, and we're excited to hopefully do something like that again next year. We ran into some rattlesnakes, and then the next day on that hunt we were covered up in like an inch of snow. So it was unreal. It was a really fun hunt with the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows on that trip. And then as soon as we came home from that, we went back to the real McCoy ranch, and I know I've said this like 2 or 3 times already, but I want to say that this is probably my most favorite hunt of the year. I know I have like favorite seasons and stuff like that, but just overall experience, not only just the ranch and the people in camp that I was in camp with, the hunting just in general. We went back to the real McCoy ranch, and the reason why I say this is probably my most favorite hunt of the year, and my most favorite animal of the year was, I was sitting in the blind with my mom, who had just been bow hunting for 2 months prior. Just learned, I taught her everything, and she stuck her very first animal with her bow with a Matthews Avail. She made a perfect shot. Hog ran maybe 30 yards and piled up, and it was so cool, so cool, so cool. And then the following evening after that, I was able to shoot a fallow buck, which is one of those animals that's been on my bucket list for many years, along with the axis. And I was also fortunate enough to take that animal as well. And then I believe it was the same evening I shot my fallow. My mom was able to shoot her black buck, which she'd been wanting a black buck. She thought they were the coolest stinking things, and I think they are too. I have a really cool story and hunt coming up for you guys of me hunting a black buck for myself this past week, and so I'm excited to share the footage with you guys. But from there, getting into November or early December, actually it was November, I had gone to Kyle, Texas, or Austin, south of Austin, to hunt with John and do a urban deer hunting series, which was super cool. That was a first for me. I've never hunted deer in an urban environment like that, and so we had an absolute blast, killed a lot of deer, and helped manage and control those populations in those certain areas where there are a lot of deer, an overpopulation or overpopulated area. And those numbers need to be controlled and managed, and we did it legally and had a great time doing it. Came back home, stuck a big hog, immediately turned around the week after that and hunted with Caleb Gregory again. He shot a really, really nice whitetail in that same evening. I shot a doe, got to film the whole thing and share that whole experience with you guys, even though there weren't any kill shots on video. It was super cool. It was one of those hunts that is also going to stick with me for a very long time, just because of how it turned out. and like I said, getting that younger generation out into the outdoors. As we get into December, I was able to go on a couple of different really cool hunts. One in Sabinal, Texas, and we saw a lot of animals. A lot of people got to shoot some animals. I unfortunately was not lucky enough to do so, but from there we went to Mason, Texas, which this is also one of those hunts that's ranked right there with my mom's, and that was spending my first true hunt, or my first deer camp experience with my dad. I had done it when I was much younger at a family deer lease that we had, but this one was really cool because we were both hunting and we were both there to shoot deer, kill deer, have a good time, and make new memories, and that's exactly what we did. So I was very thankful for the Mason hunt, and everybody had a great time. Got to spend time in camp with a really good group of people. And then a totally new area of Texas that I've never hunted, way out west in the Ozona Pandale area on the Barbara Ellen Ranch. Got to shoot some hogs, got to shoot a lot of deer. A lot of animals hit the ground that week, and it was so much fun. And then lastly, wrapping up the whitetail season. So you guys think? For 2018, I got to take another really nice whitetail and hunt with Jackson Wait, which I failed to mention. Hunted with Jackson over in a couple of different places. We had a blast hunting dove starting out, and Jackson hit me up on Instagram, and ever since then we've been really good friends, and he's a super cool stand-up guy, really good dude. And so we also decided to get back together and do some deer hunting a couple weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun. So hopefully I got everything in there. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, and I hope that you guys enjoyed all of the footage. I know that some of it's going to kind of be out of order, in order. I basically just wanted to replay the year of 2018 and all the fun and incredible things that we went and did, that I went and did, all the new experiences. And I can't say it enough, but I'm very, very thankful and blessed, and praise the good Lord for all the successful and safe trips. And again, thank you guys so much for being there and experiencing all of this stuff with me. For all of you guys that leave a comment on every single video, leave a big old thumbs up, and watch, immediately turn the notifications on, everything, and watch every single one of these videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so appreciative. I'm so excited to see what 2019 has in store. And from the footage that I have unedited right now, I can tell you right now, I'm going to start out the year with some hog killing and possibly a black buck on the ground. So stay tuned for that stuff. Stay tuned for all the crazy and amazing things that 2019 is going to bring. More videos than ever before. I'm so excited. I don't even know where to start. It's going to be very overwhelming, but it's going to be a better year than 2018. Hopefully we're going to tag out on whitetail again. Hopefully we're going to tag out on some elk, pronghorn, mule deer. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's in store? Well, I kind of know some of the things that are in store, but you guys will have to wait and find out. And the last thing that I want to leave you guys with is, I hope that I expressed my thanks well enough to all of you viewers, but I know that maybe not all of my good buddies will see this ending part, but I want to say a huge thank you to all the channels that I film with. We spend a lot of time together, and so we can kind of get on each other's nerves, but we all try to work really hard and put out some of the best hunting content on YouTube. And so for all the new people that I can call friends, that I talk to all the time, whether it be weekly, every other week, whatever the case may be, all you guys that I've filmed with, from Fearless Life Outdoors, Jimmy, Guns and Chicken Strips, OSC TV, Dylan and Gage from Rock Bluff Outdoors, Jackson Wait from the Wait Ranch, all you guys, and I'm sure that I'm forgetting some, but for all of in the McCoy Ranch, and for everybody that's had me out and let me share camp with you, thank you. Thank you for all the new memories, and that's such a big part of it. Is it's not just the hunting, the shooting the animals, catching the fish, whatever the case may be. It's about the new memories, the fun that you have in camp, the getting to know people, grow with people. That's very important to me, and the fellowship, and it's so cool getting to love these guys and fellowship with them, and have some tough conversations, have some good conversations. It's all part of it. Spend a lot of time with a lot of these guys, and so thank you guys, and thank you for all the new friendships, and for all of you viewers that I've met outside of the camera, or you know, out in public or whatever, without a camera in my face. Thank you guys for keeping in contact with me. Everybody messaged me on Instagram, everything. And the final thank you that I want to say is number one to my parents for letting me do what I love, and supporting me and the decisions that I make, and helping me, guiding me along as I go. And most importantly, thank you to the good Lord above for blessing me with what I've got. So now I'm going to close this video out. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. Y'all are amazing. And be sure to hit the subscribe button, because we're fixing to have the most epic season yet. I love y'all, and I will see you tomorrow.